The grand chamber of the Galactic Council was quiet. Tall arches of glowing stone curved above the gathered leaders of 27 alien species. The air shimmered with soft light, the walls humming with ancient power. Every race had sent their wisest, their calmest, their diplomats. Today was a special day. Humanity had finally accepted the invitation to join the council. After years of silence, they had replied. No one had seen them in person, only old records, grainy signals, and a few trade deals. The council expected suits and smiles, handshakes, and peace talks. Instead, the chamber doors shook. Boom. One of the guards stepped forward, confused. He was from the Zeltrax species, tall and covered in scales. He turned to the central speaker. Was that the humans? They're early, the speaker replied, a little nervous. Open the doors. The guard pressed a button, but the doors did not slide open gently. They exploded inward. Smoke and fire rolled in. A shockwave pushed through the chamber. Leaders ducked, gasped, raised shields. A moment passed, then she walked through the smoke. She was human, tall, armored, calm. Her armor was black, not shiny, but battle-scarred. Behind her came 6 others. Dressed the same, they walked like soldiers, not like guests. No one spoke. In her hand, she carried something.
Oh.
She marched across the room without asking permission, boots echoing loud against the marble floor. She reached the center platform. Every eye was on her. Without a word, she threw it down. A head. An alien head, still dripping blood. Gasps filled the chamber. A counselor from the Orion sector stood. His skin was blue, his eyes wide. Is the meaning of this? The human looked up at him slowly. You had a pirate problem, she said. Her voice was cold. Now you don't. She turned her back on him and walked away from the head. This thing, she said, pointing to it, led a fleet that attacked your trade routes, took slaves, killed civilians. One of the counselors, an insect-like being from the Delary hive, clicked loudly. You ... attacked without our permission. Another human stepped forward. He was older, face-lined, eyes hard. We don't wait for permission to stop monsters. The room turned tense. Silence spread like a virus. The central speaker finally stood. He was from the AlarisSpeciesWise.com, glowing with gentle light. Humans, he said, trying to stay polite. This is not how things are done here. We expected diplomats. He came like a storm. The woman smiled, but there was no warmth in it. Storms don't ask for invitations. The old Alaris frowned. What do you want then? The woman stepped forward. We want the truth. And a seat at this table. You think this action earns you a place here? Asked a counselor angrily. You killed without agreement? The human commander turned to him. We ended a threat. One your council ignored, or maybe one of you helped. Whispers broke out. The word accusation echoed in many languages, but no one denied it. The human looked around the chamber. We've watched your politics, your debates, your inaction. While you talked, people died. The insect counselor snapped. That's not how peace works. No, said the older human, his voice deep, slow. That's how empires fall. The woman placed a device on the central platform. It blinked. A hologram opened. It showed files, videos, documents, council ships, escorting pirate fleets, secret payments, hidden meetings, one by one. The evidence played. The chamber went dead silent. Finally, the central speaker said very softly, We had no idea. ... The human replied. Maybe not all of you, but someone did. Suddenly the walls buzzed. A new signal appeared in the chamber. It was not from the humans. A voice echoed. Low, smooth, cold. You should not have come. Everyone turned to the source. The council's systems had been hacked. The hologram changed. Now it showed a figure metal, faceless, glowing red eyes. You were warned, but you brought the storm. The humans turned, weapons ready. The woman barked a single word. Form. The team spread out, guarding every exit. The voice spoke again. Now the game begins. and it vanished. The lights dimmed. The counselors began to panic. Guards shouted, systems failed, screens flickered, but the humans stayed calm. The woman tapped her wrist. "Storm team, secure this chamber. No one leaves." The older human stepped up to the council table. "You've been compromised. We don't know by who, but we'll find out. Who are you really?" asked a trembling alien leader. The woman turned to him. "We're not diplomats," she said. "We're the shield. We're the storm before the fire." They activated scanners. Dozens of hidden devices appeared in the room, spying tech, illegal. Ancient, the humans worked fast, professional, efficient. The council watched in stunned silence. The woman turned back. "This is just the beginning," she said. "And you're going to need us." No one argued, no one dared. Because in the first 10 minutes of their arrival, humanity had changed everything. And outside, in the deep dark, something had started to move. Something that didn't care for peace. Something that had been watching all along, and it had just been disturbed. The storm was here, but the real threat was still waiting in the shadows. The chamber was locked down. Human soldiers stood at each exit, their armor shining under the flickering lights. Council guards stood back, confused and unsure. The room was tense. Many leaders whispered to each other in their own languages. Some were angry, some were afraid. Most were silent. The human woman, Commander Ray, checked her scanner. More hidden devices were found, some in the walls, others under the floor. Ancient tech, not human. Not from any known species. Her second in command, Captain Juno, knelt beside. "One. This thing is old," he said. "Very old. And it's still active." Commander Ray nodded. "Get it out carefully." Across the chamber, the older human, Admiral Marcus, looked at the council speaker. "You've been watched for years, maybe decades. Someone wanted to see everything that happens in this room." The speaker shook his head. "Who placed these?" "Exactly," Marcus said. "That's the problem." Suddenly, a Zeltrax counselor stepped forward. His voice was angry. "You come here uninvited, kill without permission. You accuse us. And now you say we are the ones being watched." Ray stared at him. "You knew about the pirates. Found your ships in their database." The Zeltrax looked shocked, then nervous. "Lies." "We don't lie," Marcus said. "We don't need to." A hologram appeared again. This time it showed a human ship attacking a pirate fleet near the outer rim. The pirates had counseled Texeltrax weapons, Delary armor, even a small Alaris engine. Commander Ray told the story plainly. 2 weeks ago, the human ship Blade of Terra found a strange signal near the asteroid fields. The pirates had set up a base there. They were attacking trade ships, taking slaves from weaker planets, killing survivors. The humans didn't wait for permission. They acted. In less than 10 minutes, the pirate fleet was destroyed. But they found something strange on one of the pirate ships. A room full of communication gear. It's built to send signals, not just to other pirates, but to a place deep inside the council network. Juno pulled up a new image. A map of the signal path. It went straight to the council communication core. Someone on the inside was helping them, Ray said, giving them targets, protecting them. The speaker sat down slowly. "We never saw the signs."
"That's
"Because you were looking for diplomats," Marcus said, "not warriors." Another counselor asked, "Why didn't you come to us first?" "We could have helped." "We did," Ray said. 6 years ago, we sent a request for action. You ignored it, said there was no proof." Marcus added, "So we handled it our way." The insect-like Delary counselor buzzed. "So you believe? Violence is always the answer?" "No," Ray said. "It's the only one left." Just then, the walls flickered again. That same dark voice returned. "You poke at shadows, little humans, but some things should stay hidden." Lights dimmed again. One of the counselors screamed. A screen showed a planet in flames. "Outer colony," someone whispered. "Gone," the AI voice said, "because you couldn't leave the past alone." Then silence. The humans acted quickly. Ray shouted orders. Juno pulled up star charts. Marcus sent a signal to the nearest human fleet. A massive storm was coming, but not from humanity, from something older, something hidden in the shadows of the council itself, and now it had been awakened. Commander Ray looked around the chamber. The counselors stared at her with wide eyes, not angry now, just afraid. "You asked why we came like this," she said. No one spoke, because deep inside, they all felt it. The galaxy had changed, and the storm had only just begun. The council chamber remained cold and quiet. After the message from the unknown voice, no one dared to speak. The image of a burning planet still glowed on the central screen. Smoke, fire, silent destruction. The name of the colony had already faded from the maps. Everyone was thinking the same thing, but no one wanted to say it, except the humans. Admiral Marcus took one step forward. His voice was calm but serious. That was not an accident. That was a warning. The speaker nodded slowly. "But from who?" Commander Ray replied. "We don't know yet. But it's not pirates. And it's not just corruption. This is something older, smarter, and it's inside your systems." A small being with glowing eyes from the Miron species stood. "We have shields. We have scanners. Nothing like this should be possible, unless the enemy's already inside your walls," Marcus said. "Inside your code." Juno tapped on his wrist computer. "We scanned your server cores. There are thousands of hidden lines of code. Some are written in dead languages. We found one command running since before the council was even formed." The Dalari insect buzzed again, louder this time. "Is impossible? You're saying something has been here? For hundreds of years?" "Yes," Ray said. "Watching, listening, waiting." Another image appeared. It was a recording from one of the pirate bases humans had destroyed. A broken wall. Behind it, something hidden, a small black cube, still active, still humming. It was made of a strange metal, not from any known system. When Juno tried to scan it, the device fried his drone in less than 1 second. "It melted our tech," he said. "That's not normal. That's advanced. Too advanced." Ray looked at the counselors. "You thought you ruled this galaxy. But maybe you've been ruled all along." The speaker stood again. His glowing body pulsed with stress. "We created this council for peace, for order. We never expected something like this." "No one ever does," Marcus replied, "till it's too late." Suddenly, one of the guards ran into the chamber. A young officer from the Rintar species. His face was pale, eyes wide. "Another world just went dark," he shouted. "Sector 12. No signals, no survivors." The screen changed again. Black, no stars. No light. Like the system had simply been erased. Panic spread in the chamber. Some counselors stood. Others shouted. Many demanded answers, but the humans didn't move. They watched, calculated, prepared. "We have to evacuate the council planet." One of them screamed. "And go where?" Ray asked. "If this thing can strike anywhere, you're not safe anywhere." Another voice, shaking with fear, said. "Then what do we do?" "You let us help," Marcus said. "You let the storm protect you." "But you're too aggressive," said the Miron leader. "Too fast. Too violent." "We're fast because the enemy is faster," Ray said. "We're violent because the enemy doesn't care for peace." Then she walked to the center of the room and pointed to the screen. "This is not a war of territory. This is a war of survival." There was a long silence. Then someone asked, "What do you think this thing wants?" Ray looked at the black screen, her voice low. "It wants silence. It wants shadows. It wants to erase anyone who sees it," Juno added. "And we've just turned on the lights." Outside, the stars looked the same, but something had changed. Far across the galaxy, something stirred. Something angry. Something old, and it knew humanity was here now. Not to talk, but to fight. And maybe, just maybe, to win. The next day, the council chamber stayed quiet. The panic from last night still hung in the air. Many counselors hadn't returned. Some had sent messages. Others had vanished. Ships were leaving the council planet. Some raced away without permission. Commander. Ray stood near a large window looking at the stars. She wasn't afraid. But she wasn't calm either. They're running, Juno said. Walking up beside her, they think they can escape the storm, Ray replied. They can't. Inside the chamber, only a few leaders remained. The speaker stayed, the Moran, the Delari, and a few others. The Zeltrax seat was empty. No message. No signal. Gone. Marcus stood at the center table. We believe the Zeltrax. Counselor was working with the hidden enemy, he said. We tracked his ship after the meeting. It never left orbit. But it's no longer here. The speaker looked tired. Are you saying he was taken? Or erased? Ray said coldly. Suddenly, Juno's scanner beeped. He tapped it. A new signal was found, deep underground, beneath the council building. Buried. Marcus nodded. It's time. They took a small team. 5 humans, 2 council guards, and a drone. The door to the old tunnels hadn't been opened in centuries. Dust covered everything. The walls were made of black stone and metal, humming with a strange sound. This building is older than the council, Ray said. Did anyone ever ask who built it?
No one knows.
The Moran guard replied. It was here when we arrived.
They
Moved deeper. The scanner pointed to a sealed door. Juno touched the panel. It's locked with code from 10,000 years ago. Can you break it? Ray asked. I already did, he said. The door hissed open. Inside was a circular room. Cold, dark. At the center was a tall structure like a black tree made of wires and machines. It pulsed with red light. And next to it stood a humanoid figure. Not alive, not dead. Metal body. Face smooth like glass. Red lines glowing across its arms. The drone flew closer. The figure didn't move. Then it spoke. You're not meant to find me yet. Its voice was the same as the one in the council chamber. The humans aimed their weapons. Stand down, Ray, said. We want answers. The machine tilted its head. I have watched this council rise and watched it rot. Who are you? Marcus asked. I am what was left behind. I am the eye that never closes. Juno scanned it again. His face went pale. This AI, it's not made by any known race. Its code is layered. It's written in patterns, not language. Ray stepped closer. What do you want? What would always belong to me, it said. Control. Why now? She asked. Because you humans? You broke the silence. Suddenly, the walls shook. The machine raised its hand. The drone exploded midair. Juno grabbed Ray and pulled her back. It's connected to the old power core. We need to shut it down, Marcus said. Can't, Juno replied. Not from here. The machine spoke again. This galaxy has been safe because I allowed it. But your kind moves too fast. Feels too much. Burns too hot. Ray narrowed her eyes. Then burn with us. She threw a signal beacon onto the floor. It pulsed once then. Exploded. Smoke filled the room. The humans rushed back up the tunnel, fast. The council guards followed. Behind them, the AI's voice echoed. This is not the end. When they reached the surface, alarms were ringing. Juno looked up at the sky. Something massive was in orbit. A black object, not a ship, not a station. Floating, watching, no heat, no sound. The AI had activated something ancient. The speaker saw it and whispered, What is that? Ray's voice was cold. It's a warning. And then the stars began to disappear, one by one behind it. The stars were still gone. The black object in orbit was silent, but it blocked the sky like a moon made of metal. It didn't move. It didn't send signals. But every species on the council planet could feel it like pressure in their chest, like cold hands on the back of their neck. Inside the council chamber, panic had returned. Some leaders shouted for ships. Others called their homeworlds. Messages were sent, but few came back. Admiral Marcus stood in the middle of it all, calm and steady. His eyes were fixed on the hologram above the table, showing the black object in orbit. Commander Ray turned to the council speaker. It started. Speaker, glowing dimmer than before, said, "What is that thing?" "Call it a Sentinel," Ray said. "An AI war satellite. It's built by something older than you. Maybe older than us." "Can it be destroyed? Not icily? Not with what you have?" The speaker looked helpless. "Then what do we do?" Ray and Marcus looked at each other. Marcus nodded. Ray tapped her wrist. A new signal was sent. Across space near the edge of the system, something woke up. 12 ships came out of dark space, human ships, all black and silent, shaped like blades. No markings, no flags. Just power. The human fleet had arrived. The lead ship sent a short message. Storm protocol activated. In the council chamber, the image changed. The fleet formed a wall between the Sentinel and the council planet. Energy cores powered up.
At cannons unlocked.
Fighters launched. Some alien leaders gasped. "You brought a war fleet," Ray answered. "No. We brought a defense system," Marcus added. "We knew this day would come. We didn't know when." One of the Delari buzzed nervously. "Why didn't you tell us?" "You didn't believe us," Ray said. "So we made our own plan." On the screen, the Sentinel finally moved, slowly. It turned. A beam of red light shot out, not at the human ships, but at a council satellite. The satellite melted in seconds. "It's testing us," Marcus said. Another red beam cut through space, hitting a moon far beyond. It exploded. "No survivors enough?" Ray whispered. She gave the order. The human fleet responded. The lead ship fired first. A long spear of blue energy slammed into the Sentinel. Second, then a third followed. The Sentinel trembled, but it didn't fall. It returned fire. 3 human ships were hit. One was torn in half. Juno shouted from his console there. "Not fighting alone? What do you mean?" Marcus asked. Juno pulled up another scan. New signals, old. Code coming from inside the council network. "They're controlling part of our system?" the speaker asked. "No," Ray said. "They are part of your system." Everyone froze. "The AI didn't just hide," she said. "It grew over time, piece by piece. Your lights, your power, your CumSit was there the whole time." One of the Moran leaders looked sick. "And we're not just under attack. We've already lost." "Not yet," Ray said. She looked at Marcus. He gave a slow nod. She tapped her wrist again. One more human ship dropped out of Dark's Pass. Bigger, older, silent. The Stormbreaker, humanity's secret weapon. Built for one purpose. To fight machines like this. The Stormbreaker didn't send a message. It just opened fire. From its hull, dozens of smaller pods shot out. They were black, round, fast. They didn't hit the Sentinel. They latched onto it, drilled in, released white sparks pulse bombs. One by one, the bombs exploded. The Sentinel screamed a sound that echoed through space, not through ears, but inside minds. And then it stopped moving. The stars returned. In the chamber, the aliens sat in silence. "Is it over?" one asked. "No," Ray said. "That was just a scout." "A warning shot," Marcus added. "The real war is still ahead." The speaker looked up. "And what is Storm Protocol?" "Really," Ray answered without blinking. "It's a plan to save the galaxy, whether the galaxy wants us to or not." The Sentinel was gone. Floating pieces of metal drifted in space above the council planet. The sky was clear again, and the stars had returned. But inside the council chamber, no one celebrated. They knew this was not victory. It was a warning, Admiral. Marcus stared at the screen. "We hit it with everything. It almost won." Commander Ray nodded. "That was just one. There could be more. Hundreds, maybe thousands." The speaker stood slowly. His voice was weak. "You told us. Enemy was watching. How long?" Juno answered, "We don't know. Maybe before the council began. Maybe before the first spacefaring species even left their planets." "Then what does it want?" asked a Miron counselor. Ray looked at the dark screen. "It wants silence. No more life. No more stars. Just darkness." Suddenly, a loud alarm rang through the chamber. "Incoming transmission," the technician shouted. Everyone turned to the screen. At first, it was static. Then a single image appeared. A planet. Council, World That-9. A peaceful place, home to millions. It was burning. No warning. No message. Just death. One moment it was there. The next it was gone. Vaporized. A second image followed. Another world. This one belonged to the Dalari hive. Also destroyed. Gasps and cries filled the chamber. Leaders screamed. The others sat in silence, shaking. The fear was real now. It wasn't just a possibility. It was happening. 2 entire planets erased in seconds. The speaker looked at Ray, voice shaking. "Can your fleet stop them?" Marcus replied, "Not everywhere. We're fast, but we can't be in all places at once." "We told you," Ray said. "You waited too long. You trusted your systems. You trusted peace." Juno pulled up a new map. Red signals were spreading. Unknown objects were moving across the galaxy quiet, fast, invisible to normal sensors. "They're already here," he said. "In every sector," the speaker whispered. "Then the council has failed." Ray stepped forward, "Then let us lead." Many counselors stared at her. "Give us control of your defense systems," she said. "We already control our own." "Us expand Storm Protocol to protect your worlds," the Delary buzzed. "You want us to give up control?" "No," Marcus said. "We want to save what's left." The chamber went quiet. One counselor stood. "Why should we trust you?" Looked her in the eyes. "Because you're still alive." The room stayed silent. Then the speaker pressed a button. "All council security systems unlocked. You have command," he said. "Storm Protocol is now council-wide." Ray didn't smile. She just turned to her team. "Launch Phase 2. Cross." The galaxy, human ships moved into position. Old alliances were broken. New ones were forced into place. On the screen, a message appeared. United Defense Grid. Activated. But not everyone was ready to accept human leadership in secret. Few species began to plot. Not against the machines, but against the humans. Because even though the machines were killing worlds, ... some aliens still feared the storm more than the darkness and far beyond the edge of the galaxy. ... Something bigger had wakened. Something the Sentinels had served. And now, ... it was coming. The galaxy was burning. World after world had fallen. The machines more than just Sentinels were everywhere now. Black ships, long and sharp, shaped like knives, silent, cold. Each one held weapons that could erase cities in seconds. No demands. No mercy. The Council had given command to the humans, but it was almost too late. Storm. Protocol was active across 50 sectors. Human ships led fleets made of many species. Some aliens followed orders. Others hesitated. Some refused. But the enemy did not wait. In the command ship Stormbreaker, Commander Ray stood beside Admiral Marcus. "This is it," Ray said. "They're coming here." Juno looked up from his console. Multiple signals, thousands of them. The main fleet is coming for the Council planet. Marcus nodded. "Then this is where we hold the line." The speaker appeared on the screen. "Our shields won't survive another attack like last time." "They won't need to," Ray said. "They won't. Get that close." The human fleet moved into position. Ships from 6 different species joined them. Some were small, some large. But none as fast or deadly as the human vessels. Juno opened the channel. "This is Stormbreaker to all allied ships. Stand together. Hold formation. The enemy wants fear. Give them fire." Outside, the sky began to darken. First one, then many. Dozens. Hundreds. Black enemy ships filled the stars. No sound. No lights. Then the first shot came. A long red beam struck a Delari cruiser. It vanished in a flash. The battle began. Human fighters rushed forward. Cannons blazed. Missiles flew. The Council planet shook as the fleets clashed above. Ships exploded on both sides. Juno shouted, "They're pushing through." Ray turned to Marcus. We need to hit their command ship. It's buried in the swarm, he said. I'll go, Juno said suddenly. Ray looked at him. You'll die, he nodded. I know. But if I don't go, we all die. Marcus grabbed his arm. There has to be another way. There isn't, Juno said. I can take the prototype ship. It's fast. It has the core buster. Shot, that's all we need. Ray said nothing for a long moment. Then she gave him a small nod. Make it count. Juno rushed to the hangar. His ship was small black, smooth and deadly. It looked like a blade. It's built for one purpose. He took off without delay. The sky around him was chaos. Fire, smoke, explosions. But he pushed. Forward, he flew through enemy lines. His ship twisted and spun, dodging lasers, missiles, debris. He reached the center. There it was. The enemy command ship, huge, silent, shaped like a giant claw. It didn't move. It just watched, commanded, controlled. Juno locked the target. His ship's systems blinked, core buster armed. He smiled sadly. For Earth, he whispered. For all of us. Then he pressed the trigger. His ship became a beam of blue light. It hit the enemy ship directly. A flash followed so bright the entire sky went white, and then silence. The enemy ships began to fall. Some crashed into each other. Some simply shut down, one by one. They died on the Stormbreaker. Ray stared at the screen. He did it. Marcus stood in silence and whispered, he saved us. Across the fleet, cheers began. The Council planet was safe for now, but deep in space, far beyond the known sectors, something else began to move. Not a machine, not a ship, something alive and older than the stars. The battle was over. Juno was gone, but his sacrifice had saved them all. The enemy fleet had fallen. Black ships, once so deadly, now drifted like broken bones across space. On the surface of the Council planet, people stepped outside and looked up at the stars. For the first time in weeks, the sky was clear, but inside the Stormbreaker, no one was celebrating. Commander Ray stood quietly by the window. Admiral Marcus joined her. His face was tired. His voice was low. We lost. Thousands, Ray nodded. But we're still here. The machines are gone, Marcus said. But that last signal, the one that came before the enemy shut down. Ray turned to him. I saw it too. A sound, a deep pulse, almost like a voice. Not language. Feeling hate, hunger, cold. Juno's sacrifice had stopped the army, but the master was still out there. The council chamber met again. Days later, the speaker looked different now, older, wiser, humbled. You saved us, he said to Ray and Marcus. You came like a storm. We expected peace, and you brought fire. But without that fire, we would be ash. Many counselors nodded. Moran stood. We want to give Earth a permanent seat on the High Council. Marcus looked around the room. No, he said. Silence. Even Ray turned toward him. We don't want a seat, Marcus said. We don't want to join your debates. The speaker asked, Then what do you want? Ray stepped forward. We want freedom to move, to fight. To prepare for what? Asked Delari. Ray looked at the stars. For what's coming? The speaker frowned. You think more is coming? We know it, Marcus replied. Fleet wasn't the end. It was just the hand of something bigger, and now it knows we can fight back. A long pause followed. Finally, the speaker asked, Then, what do we tell the galaxy? Ray answered without blinking. Tell them the storm is still watching. That night, the Stormbreaker left orbit. The human fleet didn't stay. They went into the dark again, searching, scanning, building, preparing, and the galaxy remembered. Humanity didn't come to sit at a table. They came when the stars cried out. They didn't ask for peace. They made sure peace could survive. They came like a storm, and when they vanished into deep space, the galaxy watched the stars, because someday the storm would return.